After completing high school, I found myself on a new adventure, thousands of miles away from home in the United States, all in the pursuit of education. 3 semesters into my journey, I was on the brink of bidding farewell to the English program, marking the end of an era and the beginning of a new university chapter. Being the shy guy that I am, I had developed a habit of arriving at classes way earlier than necessary, seeking solace in the quiet moments before the chaos of chatter and interaction ensued. It was my way of preparing myself mentally for the social interactions that awaited me. Though I wore a mask of confidence in front of others, the truth was that inside, I battled with an overwhelming sense of shyness. On this particular day, it was my final English class before I would delve into the realms of other subjects at the university. As usual, I found a seat and settled in, attempting to create a bubble of calm around me. The room echoed with the sounds of laughter and conversation as my classmates filtered in, eager to catch up and get to know each other. While they effortlessly engaged in the art of conversation, I sat quietly, hesitant to break the silence. As minutes ticked away, the classroom transformed into a social hub. Students formed clusters, exchanging stories, laughter, and shared experiences. I observed from my corner, content to be an observer rather than a participant. The prospect of engaging in small talk and introducing myself loomed as a daunting task, and my shyness held me hostage. Suddenly, a knock echoed through the room, cutting through the chatter. The door swung open, revealing a figure that was to disrupt the rhythm of our routine. A voice filled the room, announcing the arrival of a new student, a girl, who had undergone a placement test and landed in our class. All eyes turned towards the entrance, curious to meet the newcomer. Sure enough, the girl made her entrance, radiating confidence as she took a seat at the front of the class. Her demeanor spoke volumes. This was someone brave to embrace the unfamiliar. As she introduced herself with unwavering confidence, a sense of curiosity rippled through the room. Here was someone unburdened by the weight of shyness, someone who seemed to effortlessly navigate the social landscape. While the others exchanged greetings and welcomed the new addition, I remained in my seat, a silent observer of the unfolding dynamics. The girl, with an infectious smile, effortlessly connected with her classmates. She was a breath of fresh air, bringing a burst of energy into the room. Despite my best efforts to remain inconspicuous, the universe had other plans for me. The classroom fatefully placed me in proximity to the girl, a twist of destiny that would soon become a pivotal moment in my journey. Little did I know that our paths were about to intersect in a way that would challenge the walls of my shyness. As the class continued, I couldn't help but steal glances at the girl, who was now fully engaged in the classroom discussions. Her confidence was magnetic, drawing the attention of everyone in the room. She seemed like the embodiment of everything I wished I could be: outgoing, unafraid, and comfortable in her skin. The minutes stretched into an eternity as the class progressed. When the time came for group assignments for an upcoming project, the teacher announced my fate. I was paired with a new girl. Panic surged within me. How would I navigate this partnership? How could I, the shy observer, interact with someone so effortlessly confident? As the class concluded, the girl approached me with a friendly smile. "Hi, my name is T. Nice to meet you. Your name is A, right?" Her words, delivered with a warmth that echoed her confident demeanor, left me momentarily speechless. I nodded in confirmation, my shy tendencies rendering me incapable of uttering a simple greeting. "Let's meet at the library at 4 p.m., she suggested, and I could only manage a nod in response. As she moved away, I felt a mix of anticipation and trepidation. The library meeting loomed ahead, a challenge I wasn't sure I was ready to face. In the hours that followed, I found myself wrestling with conflicting emotions. On one hand, there was a sense of apprehension about stepping out of my comfort zone. On the other, there was a glimmer of excitement, a tiny spark of curiosity about what this unexpected partnership might unfold. As the clock struck 4 p.m., I entered the library, my heart pounding with a blend of nerves and curiosity. T was already there, seated at a table with a welcoming smile. I hesitated for a moment before taking the seat opposite her. The air was charged with the potential for a connection that went beyond the confines of the classroom. T initiated the conversation, diving into the details of the upcoming project. She shared her ideas, seeking my opinion on the matter. However, my shyness, like an invisible force, held my words captive. Frustration welled within me, and in a desperate bid to gather my thoughts, I excused myself for a quick break. Outside the library, I sought refuge in a quiet corner, grappling with the internal turmoil that accompanied my shyness. I decided to indulge in a familiar routine, a cigarette break to ease the tension. As I took a moment to collect my thoughts, I found myself pondering the complexities of social interaction. Returning to the library, I took a deep breath, determined to overcome the barriers that held me back. As I resumed the conversation with T, a remarkable transformation unfolded. The words, once elusive, now flowed freely from my lips. Ideas, opinions, and thoughts spilled out in a torrent, surprising even me. It was as if the quiet moments outside the library had unlocked a reservoir of untapped expression. The library became a theater for my newfound verbosity. I spoke with a vigor that surprised both T and me. The words poured out, and before I knew it, I found myself engaged in a lively discussion. T, with a bemused yet encouraging smile, allowed the words to flow, creating an atmosphere of collaboration that transcended the boundaries of shyness. Amid my verbal outpour, I became acutely aware of the audience that had unwittingly become a part of our dialogue. A group of students nearby who had previously been absorbed in their studies, now glanced in our direction, curious about the sudden burst of conversation. Embarrassment tinted my cheeks, and I halted mid-sentence, meeting T's amused gaze. "What is in that coffee?" she teased, her laughter echoing through the library. The light-hearted comment served as a reminder of the stark contrast between my usual reserved demeanor and the animated conversationalist before her. The library, once a sanctuary of silence, had become the stage for a newfound expression. "I think this is the first time I hear your voice," T remarked, her smile a testament to the unexpected turn of events. In response, I sheepishly admitted, "Oh, I don't like to talk too much because people might misunderstand my words." This laughter softened into a warm understanding, and she assured me that my words were not only welcome but appreciated. The library meeting, which had begun with a mixture of uncertainty and nervousness, transformed into a shared journey of collaboration and self-discovery. In the weeks that followed, T and I navigated the intricacies of the project, discovering not only the synergy of our ideas but also the beauty of embracing authentic communication. The library, once a symbol of solitude, became a space where collaboration and genuine connection flourished. T's ability to draw me out of my shell became a catalyst for personal growth, transforming the challenge of social interaction into an opportunity for self-discovery. As the semester progressed, I found myself evolving in ways I had never anticipated. The shy observer had become an active participant, contributing thoughts, ideas, and opinions to the shared canvas of collaboration. T's friendly encouragement and the library meetings had become a turning point in my journey, marking the beginning of a newfound confidence. Our friendship deepened as we navigated through the challenges of university life together. We became inseparable, spending countless hours working on projects, exploring the city, and creating memories that formed the foundation of our bond. T was more than a friend, she was a confidant, someone who made me feel comfortable in my skin. As the years passed, our connection evolved, the unspoken understanding between us hinted at a bond that transcended the boundaries of friendship. It was a gradual realization, an acknowledgement that the feelings we shared were growing beyond the realm of platonic camaraderie. Our journey, which began with a chance meeting in a university classroom, had now blossomed into a 4-year relationship filled with shared dreams, laughter, and countless memories. As our connection deepened, it became evident that our hearts were entwined, paving the way for a future together. The time had come to take the next step in our journey, and with a heart full of love and anticipation, I decided to propose. The day of the proposal was a culmination of years spent building a foundation of trust, understanding, and unwavering support. We had shared the ups and downs of life, navigated challenges together, and grown as individuals within the cocoon of our shared experiences. Living together for 4 years had forged a bond that transcended the ordinary. It was a connection that whispered of forever. Choosing the perfect moment to propose was a task filled with both excitement and nerves. I wanted it to be a moment that encapsulated the essence of our relationship. One evening, with a hint of nervous anticipation, I took her to a place that held sentimental value for us. The setting sun painted the sky in hues of pink and gold, casting a warm glow on the landscape. As I got down on one knee and uttered those 4 life-changing words, "Will you marry me?" Time seemed to stand still. Her eyes, filled with surprise and joy, met mine, and in that fleeting moment, the answer hung in the air. When she whispered a heartfelt yes, the world around us seemed to burst into a kaleidoscope of emotions. I felt like I was floating on air, as if we had stepped into our own little piece of heaven. Yet, as joyous as the moment was, I understood the significance of seeking approval from her parents, a cultural tradition that held immense importance. I wanted to honor and respect the values that shaped her upbringing, recognizing that the journey to marital bliss involved not just the two of us, but also the blessings of her family. Before making any further plans, I conveyed my desire to seek the approval of her mom and dad. It wasn't just a formality, it was a heartfelt acknowledgement of the importance of family in our shared journey. Despite my nerves, I took the initiative to reach out to her family, knowing that this step was a bridge between our individual histories and our shared future. However, I knew that in my culture, The journey to marriage involved more than just the couple. It required seeking the approval of the parents. It was a tradition deeply rooted in respect and acknowledgement of family bonds. I shared this with T, and understanding the significance, she agreed to call her family. In the realm of love, two worlds collided when T and I decided to embark on the journey of marriage. Our families, each a microcosm of unique backgrounds and cultures, held distinct values and perspectives. The union of our lives was not just a coming together of two individuals, it was a fusion of diverse family histories, city lifestyles, and contrasting mindsets. Hailing from a city steeped in tradition and modernity, my family's roots were deeply embedded in the urban landscape. With a history rooted in the hustle and bustle of city life, my parents were both professionals navigating the corporate world. My father, a diligent and disciplined individual, held a managerial position in a reputable company. His dedication to his career reflected a commitment to providing a stable and secure life for our family. My mother, equally accomplished, was a teacher with a passion for nurturing young minds. Her warmth and compassion extended beyond the classroom, shaping the atmosphere of our home into a space filled with love and encouragement. Despite the demands of their professional lives, my parents instilled in me the values of hard work, perseverance, and the importance of education. In terms of culture, my family followed a blend of traditional values and modern ideals. While we celebrated festivals with fervor, we embraced the progressive aspects of city life. Open-mindedness and adaptability were hallmarks of our household, traits that reflected the evolving landscape of the city we called home. T's family, on the other hand, hailed from a different cultural tapestry. Rooted in a city with a rich history, their lifestyle was a harmonious blend of tradition and close-knit community bonds. T's father, a patriarch with a strong sense of cultural heritage, worked in a family-owned business that had been passed down through generations. His commitment to preserving familial legacies and traditions was evident in the way he approached both life and business. T's mother, a gracious and family-oriented woman, played a pivotal role in nurturing a warm and welcoming home. Despite being exposed to the city lifestyle, T's family held onto their cultural roots with pride. Festivals and traditions were celebrated with an air of authenticity, weaving a tapestry of continuity that bridged the gap between generations. While both families shared a love for their respective cities, the contrast in their backgrounds was evident in their perspectives. T's family placed a strong emphasis on the collective spirit of community and the preservation of cultural values. The pace of life, although different from the bustling city I called home, was a testament to the richness of tradition and the strength drawn from familial ties. When T and I decided to share the news of our decision to marry, we were acutely aware of the cultural differences and the potential challenges it might pose. My family, accustomed to a more liberal mindset, was supportive and excited about the union. Their acceptance of our decision was a reflection of the city's cosmopolitan ethos, where diversity was celebrated. T's family, however, initially grappled with the idea of their daughter marrying someone from a different cultural background. Trepidation and concern loomed as we broached the subject. T, recognizing the importance of familial approval, took the lead in conveying our shared vision for the future. We wanted to create a life that honored both our backgrounds, blending the best of tradition with a modern outlook. My parents, upon hearing the news, were overjoyed. The prospect of welcoming T into the family was met with enthusiasm and warmth. They saw beyond cultural differences, embracing the shared values and love that bound us together. Their support became a source of strength for both T and me, reinforcing our belief in the universality of love and the power it held to bridge gaps. However, T's parents, initially reserved, were understandably cautious. The idea of their daughter marrying someone from a different cultural background raised concerns rooted in a desire to safeguard their heritage. T, with grace and conviction, engaged in heartfelt conversations with her parents. She shared our dreams, the values we held dear, and the commitment we had to build a life that honored both our families. The turning point came after a series of conversations, where T's father, initially apprehensive, saw the sincerity and love that defined our relationship. His concerns were not rooted in opposition, but rather in a deep-rooted sense of responsibility as a parent. After much contemplation and discussions about our plans, he gradually embraced the idea of our union. Bridging the gap. The journey from the announcement to the approval of both families was a testament to the power of communication, understanding, and the resilience of love. The blending of our family backgrounds required navigating through the nuances of different cultural expectations and traditions. It was not about erasing our identities but rather about weaving a tapestry that honored both our histories. The families, each with their unique story and cultural footprint, embraced the union with open hearts. Our wedding became a celebration that seamlessly integrated diverse traditions, reflecting the beauty of unity in diversity. The contrasting backgrounds, far from being obstacles, enriched our journey, fostering a deep appreciation for the tapestry of human connection. The union of our families marked not just the merging of two individuals but the convergence of histories, cultures, and shared dreams. It was a celebration of the belief that love, when anchored in respect and understanding, could overcome any differences. Our story became a testament to the idea that love, at its core, knows no cultural boundaries and has the power to create a new narrative that honors both the past and the future. The first call was to her mom, a conversation filled with nervous anticipation. I answered her questions with sincerity, assuring her of my genuine feelings for T's mom, impressed with my responses, and gave her heartfelt blessing. The next challenge was facing T's dad, known to be resistant to the idea of his daughter marrying a foreigner. Engaging in a 2-hour conversation with him felt like a formidable task. I poured my heart out, laying out our future plans, where we envisioned living, and how we saw our life unfolding. Despite the challenging questions and the stern facade, I responded with honesty and sincerity. Slowly, the tide began to turn, and after what felt like an eternity, he finally agreed. However, the story didn't end there. As the conversation progressed, T's father imposed a condition. "You still got 2 more years for both of you to finish your degrees. Therefore, the marriage will happen after those 2 years," he declared. It was a condition steeped in practicality, acknowledging the importance of completing our education. Respecting the tradition of seeking parental approval, I responded, "Sir, I'm deeply in love with your daughter and I want to marry her right now." The declaration stirred a storm, and T's father erupted in anger, catching T off guard and causing her to burst into tears. Realizing the intensity of the situation, I hung up the call, looking at T with worry. At that moment, as T wiped away tears, I reassured her that we would navigate this storm together. The path to love and acceptance wasn't always smooth, but our commitment to each other remained unwavering. It was a testament to the strength of our bond, a bond that had endured challenges, transformed from friendship to love, and now faced the hurdles of cultural differences. The arrival of summer vacation brought with it a bittersweet twist to our story. T, with a determination to bridge the gap between our love and her family's expectations, decided to return to her country to make one final attempt to convince her father. As she embarked on this journey, we exchanged words of encouragement, and I wished her a safe and successful visit. "Take care of yourself," I said, "and don't hesitate to keep me updated. I'll be here, waiting for your messages." I understood the significance of her time with family, and I wanted her to feel the freedom to navigate the complexities without the pressure of constant communication. 2 months passed and the summer air held both the warmth of anticipation and the weight of uncertainty. Then, on a day like any other, I received a call from T. Excitement bubbled within me as I answered, expecting tales of successful conversations and familial understanding. However, the moment her voice reached my ears, a wave of concern washed over me. Her voice was laced with tears. "What's wrong, sweetie?" I asked, my smile fading into worry. "Is there something bad?" Her response, delivered in a choked whisper, shattered the optimism that had filled the space between our calls. "Please come to my country ASAP. My wedding is next week, and I want you to come." The weight of those words hung in the air, a stark contrast to the dreams we had woven together. Confusion and disbelief wrestled within me as I grappled with the sudden turn of events. How could the journey that began with the hope of familial approval end with an invitation to witness a wedding that wasn't ours? As the words echoed through the phone, a heavy silence settled over me. My tears, unbidden, began to fall, tracing a path down my cheeks. The weight of the conversation pressed down on me, and with a heavy heart, I hung up the call. At that moment, the world seemed to dim, and I found myself enveloped in a darkness that mirrored the despair within. The news of T's imminent marriage, a revelation that had unfolded in a heart-wrenching phone call, sent me spiraling into a place of profound sadness. The reality of the situation, coupled with the knowledge of who the groom was, cast a shadow over my soul. It was a darkness born not just from the loss of a shared future but also from the realization that the person she was about to marry was not someone I held in high regard. Unable to contain the storm of emotions raging within me, I reached for my phone and dialed her number in desperation. The plea in my voice resonated with the depth of my love for her. "Please don't marry that guy," I begged, the words carrying the weight of my concern and the genuine fear for her well-being. In the vulnerability of that moment, I laid bare my feelings. "I know you're aware of how much I love you. I would do anything for you," I confessed, the sincerity of my emotions woven into every syllable. The desperation in my plea echoed the profound connection we shared, a connection that transcended the boundaries of culture and circumstance. The request was simple yet carried the weight of a heart pleading for a different outcome. Please marry anyone but not that guy, I implored, my words an earnest attempt to shield her from a future I believed could bring her pain. The darkness that had engulfed me found expression in the fervent plea for her happiness, even if it meant walking a different path, one that did not include me. As I uttered those words, a sense of powerlessness washed over me. The realization that the choice was no longer ours to make, that destiny had veered in an unexpected direction, intensified the ache within. In that moment of vulnerability, the simplicity of my plea encapsulated the complexity of emotions, a plea for love to triumph over circumstances and for her to choose a path that led to genuine happiness. The silence that followed hung in the air, a palpable heaviness that mirrored the weight of unspoken words. The outcome remained uncertain, the future a canvas painted with the brushstrokes of choices made and destinies intertwined. In that moment of despair and vulnerability, my plea stood as a testament to the enduring power of love, even when faced with the harsh reality of circumstances beyond our control. The revelation of T's choice of a life partner had left me in a state of disarray. The guy she was about to marry was someone I knew all too well, a notorious playboy with a penchant for breaking hearts. My concern for her well-being and the genuine fear that she was entering into a tumultuous relationship led me to make a desperate plea. Little did I know that my apprehensions would soon morph into a heartbreaking reality. As T prepared to walk down the aisle, my heart was heavy with the weight of unspoken words. I couldn't fathom the idea of her life intertwining with someone I considered to be a dubious character. The guy in question was known for his charming facade, a mask that concealed a track record of infidelity and heartbreak. My intuition screamed a warning, urging me to prevent her from stepping into a future marred by deception. With a sense of urgency, I called her, the desperation evident in my voice. T, please don't marry him. I know him, and he's not the right person for you. He's a playboy, and I fear he'll hurt you, I pleaded. The words carried the weight of genuine concern, a plea for her to reconsider a decision that seemed perilous. Despite my earnest plea, T went ahead with the marriage, and the specter of my neglected warnings lingered in the recesses of my mind. The wedding bells, which should have rung with the promise of happiness, now tolled with a sense of foreboding. Little did I know that the storm I had feared was gathering on the horizon, ready to unleash its fury. However, the revelation of C, someone born and raised in California and older than T, the shock I experienced wasn't solely due to the existence of another person but rather the stark contrast in the treatment I received from T's parents compared to what C received. You see, when T and I had explored the possibility of marriage, her parents had hesitated and expressed reservations about our union. Their initial reluctance had left me grappling with a sense of disappointment and confusion. However, when T chose to marry someone else, the same parents who had hesitated for our marriage gave their approval for her union with this new individual. The stark contrast in their reactions left me bewildered and hurt. It felt like a betrayal not just from T but also from her parents. I couldn't comprehend how they could have reservations about our relationship but seemingly endorse a union that, in my eyes, appeared to be more precarious and potentially detrimental to T's well-being. In simple words, the betrayal cut deep, resonating not only in the romantic aspects of our story but also in the way her parents' actions seemed inconsistent and, in my perception, unfair. The shock wasn't merely about the existence of a new person in T's life, but rather the stark difference in the way our respective relationships were treated by those closest to her. It left me grappling with questions of fairness, sincerity, and the complexities of familial expectations. The emotional turmoil of witnessing T's choices and the contrasting reactions from her parents added layers of heartache to a story that was already fraught with twists and turns. In the tapestry of our shared history, this revelation became a thread that unraveled the fabric of trust and deepened the wounds of perceived betrayal. Unexpectedly, C, the new man in T's life, became a central figure in a plot twist that unfolded with a sting of betrayal. The story took an unforeseen turn when T, seemingly out of the blue, reached out to me, her voice laden with anguish and desperation. He is going to divorce me and take my baby away. Please help me, she implored, revealing the unraveling of a relationship that had once held promises of a stable future. The revelation echoed the very fears and concerns that had initially led me to caution against her choice. In the aftermath of this unforeseen crisis, I found myself assuming the role of a comforter and confidant. T, seeking solace in our shared history, shared the intricate details of her life, each burden, every worry, and the heartbreak she bore. The metaphorical doctor's coat draped over my shoulders as I listened, offering a sanctuary for her to express the pain of a relationship gone awry. In the midst of our shared emotional landscape, T voiced a desire to revisit the past, expressing a longing to rekindle the flame that had once burned between us. However, my heart, still nursing wounds from the complexities of our history, remained steadfast in its refusal. I gently declined, conveying that my heart had not yet healed from the scars of our shared past. Despite my reservations, T continued to reach out, seeking comfort and connection. Each conversation, tinged with the echoes of our shared history, became a delicate dance of emotions. My heart, skipping a beat or two with every interaction, hinted at the unresolved sentiments that lingered beneath the surface. The choice to resist the allure of rekindling a romance fraught with challenges was a conscious decision. The complexities of our past, coupled with the uncertainty of the future, formed the backdrop against which our connection unfolded. The refusal to tread that path again was rooted in a pearl of wisdom gained from experience, a commitment to prioritizing healing over the potential pitfalls of revisiting a tumultuous love. In the aftermath of the rough events that had unfolded in T's life, a pivotal moment emerged, one that would test the resilience of our shared history and shape the trajectory of our individual journeys. T, now alone and abandoned by C, sought to reconcile the fragments of a relationship that had once been ours. The echoes of her loneliness reached me through a call, the sound of vulnerability in her voice cutting through the distance that had come to define our connection. "Can we try again? I miss what we had," she uttered, laying bare the desire to resurrect a love that had weathered storms but ultimately crumbled under the weight of choices made. In the quiet spaces between her words, I grappled with a surge of conflicting emotions. The wounds of betrayal, still fresh in my memory, throbbed with a painful intensity. The realization that she reached out not out of love but perhaps out of a need for solace in her solitude weighed heavily on my heart. With a measured resolve, I found the strength to decline her plea for reconciliation. "I can't be a part of this anymore," I asserted, recognizing the futility of rebuilding on a foundation cracked by betrayal. The decision wasn't one made out of resentment but rather a self-preserving acknowledgement that my heart had not healed from the scars inflicted by the complexities of our shared past. As the door to a potentially rekindled romance closed, another door opened, a door leading to a path of self-discovery and personal growth. In the wake of the decision to sever the ties that bound us romantically, I made a conscious choice to shift the focus of my life. The wounds, though still tender, propelled me to prioritize my own well-being, redirecting my energy towards my career and personal aspirations. The journey toward healing became a transformative process, one marked by a commitment to self-love and a conscious effort to detach from the shackles of the past. The decision wasn't rooted in bitterness or a desire for revenge, but rather a recognition that clinging to the remnants of a broken relationship would hinder the potential for future growth. In the simplicity of this newfound focus on self, I discovered a reservoir of untapped potential. The professional arena became a canvas where I could paint the strokes of my ambitions, each brushstroke a step towards the realization of my career aspirations. The echoes of past heartaches gradually faded against the backdrop of a life now shaped by individual pursuits. The solitude that once felt suffocating transformed into a sanctuary, a space for self-reflection and personal development. It was in these moments of introspection that I unearthed the strength to untangle myself from the intricate web of emotions that had bound me to a love that was now a relic of the past. The decision to forge ahead, unburdened by the weight of a broken romance, was a declaration of autonomy, a reclaiming of agency over my own narrative. The journey was not without its challenges, and the ghosts of a betrayed love occasionally cast their shadows. Yet with each passing day, the resilience of the human spirit emerged as a guiding force. As the pages of life turned, new chapters unfolded, marked by achievements, milestones, and a renewed sense of purpose. The professional endeavors that had once taken a backseat now occupied the forefront, becoming a source of fulfillment and a testament to the power of redirecting energy toward one's aspirations. The decision to focus on personal growth did not entail a complete detachment from the past. Instead, it became a process of acknowledging the scars while allowing them to serve as reminders of lessons learned. The echoes of a betrayed love were not silenced but transformed into guiding whispers, urging me forward on a path defined by resilience and self-discovery. In the simplicity of this new chapter, I found a clarity of purpose that transcended the complexities of romantic entanglements. The echoes of a past love, though etched into the fabric of my history, no longer held the power to dictate the course of my journey. Instead, I navigated the uncharted territories with a newfound sense of self-assurance and a commitment to embracing the possibilities that lay ahead. As the final chords of our shared history resonated, the symphony of life continued. The decision to focus on personal and professional aspirations became a melody, a composition that celebrated the resilience of the human spirit, the beauty of self-love, and the unwavering strength found in the pursuit of individual dreams. In the simplicity of this newfound chapter, I discovered the profound truth that, sometimes, the most transformative journeys are the ones we embark on alone, guided by the compass of self-discovery and the unwavering belief in the limitless potential that resides within. In the pursuit of a fresh start and an escape from the echoes of the past, I found myself in a new country, surrounded by the unfamiliar yet invigorating air of possibilities. The decision to relocate was a deliberate one, an intentional step towards liberation from the toxicity that had defined my previous chapter. As I settled into the rhythm of everyday life in this new environment, the humdrum of routine became a soothing melody, drowning out the cacophony of past heartaches. The unfamiliar streets, the foreign faces, and the cultural nuances created a tapestry of experiences that seamlessly intertwined with the narrative of self-discovery. In this newfound solace, the echoes of a betrayed love gradually faded into the background, replaced by the vibrant hues of new beginnings. The cityscape, with its towering skyscrapers and bustling streets, mirrored the vast expanse of possibilities that lay before me. It was a canvas waiting to be painted with the brushstrokes of a life unencumbered by the weight of past entanglements. Amidst the routine of my professional endeavors, a serendipitous encounter unfolded, a meeting that would prove to be a catalyst for yet another chapter in the tapestry of my life. In the corridors of my new workplace, I crossed paths with someone who would unknowingly become a significant presence in the narrative of my unfolding journey. Her name was S, a colleague whose vibrant energy and infectious enthusiasm seemed to breathe life into the mundane routines of office life. As our professional interactions evolved, a camaraderie blossomed, one characterized by shared laughter, mutual respect, and a growing sense of familiarity. S, with her vivacious spirit, became a beacon of light in my life, illuminating the shadows that lingered from the past. The shared moments of camaraderie offered a respite from the solitude that had once defined my existence. It was in the ordinary conversations and the shared coffee breaks that I discovered the beauty of forging connections unburdened by the complexities of romantic entanglements. With every shared project and every collaborative endeavor, the seeds of a new friendship were sown. The bond that emerged was rooted in the simplicity of shared goals, common aspirations, and the genuine joy derived from each other's company. The presence of S became a testament to the transformative power of forging connections in a space untainted by the ghosts of previous relationships. As the seasons changed and the pages of the calendar turned, the friendship with S deepened. Our connection, though different from the romantic entanglements of the past, held a resonance that transcended the confines of professional camaraderie. It was a friendship marked by an ease of companionship, a shared understanding, and the absence of the tumultuous undercurrents that had defined my previous romantic endeavors. The decision to prioritize personal and professional growth paved the way for the emergence of genuine connections, relationships grounded in authenticity and mutual respect. The ordinary moments of everyday life became extraordinary in their simplicity, offering a stark contrast to the tumultuous chapters that had preceded them. As I navigated the nuances of this new connection with S, I found myself appreciating the beauty of unencumbered companionship. The complexities that often accompanied romantic entanglements were replaced by the ease of shared laughter and the comfort of genuine understanding. It was a departure from the intense emotional landscapes of the past, a choice to embrace the simplicity of companionship over the complexities of romance. In the embrace of this newfound friendship, the scars of past heartaches served as reminders of resilience rather than sources of pain. The decision to let go of toxic ties paved the way for the emergence of relationships rooted in authenticity and mutual support. The narrative, once defined by heartbreak and betrayal, now unfolded with the promise of genuine connections and the potential for shared growth. 2 years had seamlessly slipped by since the serendipitous encounter with S in my new workplace. In the unassuming rhythm of our everyday lives, the bond that had quietly woven itself between us grew stronger, becoming a sanctuary of peace and genuine connection. As I reflected on the journey, it became increasingly clear that the decision not to reconcile with T had led me to a profoundly rewarding destination, S. The ordinary moments shared with S had become extraordinary, each day marked by laughter, understanding, and a sense of comfort that transcended the complexities of past relationships. As the relationship deepened, it was evident that the foundation we had built together was something truly special. One evening, against the backdrop of a picturesque sunset, I decided it was time to take the next step in our journey. We were strolling through a quiet park, the air filled with the subtle fragrance of blooming flowers. The ambiance seemed to mirror the tranquility that S had brought into my life. As we walked along the winding path, hands entwined, the calmness in S's eyes mirrored the peace I had found in her companionship. We found a bench bathed in the warm glow of the setting sun and decided to take a moment to enjoy the beauty of the evening. Engulfed in the serenity of the moment, I turned to S, a soft smile playing on my lips. S, I began, my voice filled with a sincerity that echoed the depth of my emotions. There's something I've been wanting to ask you. The anticipation hung in the air as her gaze met mine, a blend of curiosity and warmth reflecting in her eyes. She looked at me with a gentle smile, encouraging me to continue. You've brought so much joy and peace into my life, I continued, my words imbued with the genuine gratitude I felt. Being with you has made me realize that the best things in life are often the simplest, the shared laughter, the quiet moments, and the comfort of knowing you're by my side. S's expression softened, a silent understanding passing between us. It was a recognition of the unspoken moments that had become the fabric of our connection, the laughter that resonated in the mundane, the shared silences that spoke volumes, and the comfort found in the simplicity of our togetherness. In these 2 years, I confessed, you've become my anchor, my confidant, and my source of joy. I can't imagine my life without you, S. The words hung in the air, carrying with them the weight of profound meaning. S's eyes sparkled with a blend of affection and understanding dancing in their depths. Then, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow on the world, I took a deep breath and uttered the words that had been echoing in my heart. S, will you marry me? A moment of anticipation stretched between us, the world seemingly holding its breath. S's eyes widened, a mixture of surprise and joy reflecting in them. The pause felt like an eternity until, finally, a radiant smile graced her lips. Yes, she whispered, her voice a tender affirmation of the connection we had cultivated. The world around us seemed to come alive with a newfound vibrancy, celebrating the union of two souls who had found solace in each other. With the promise of a shared future, we embarked on the exhilarating journey of planning a life together. The engagement marked a milestone, and as we navigated the intricacies of wedding preparations, the love that had blossomed in the simplicity of our connection deepened. Conversations about our dreams, fears, and shared aspirations for the future became the threads weaving the tapestry of our evolving relationship. The wedding day arrived, a celebration of love and unity. Surrounded by friends and family, we exchanged vows, pledging to stand by each other through the highs and lows that life would inevitably bring. As we sealed our commitment with rings exchanged, the joy in our hearts echoed the sentiment that this union was meant to be. A culmination of a journey that had led us to each other. The honeymoon period was not just confined to the initial months. Rather, it became a continuous celebration of love, understanding, and mutual respect. The beauty of our relationship lay not in grand gestures but in the everyday moments, shared laughter over morning coffee, quiet evenings spent side by side, and the unwavering support that defined our companionship. In the simplicity of our connection, I found a profound contentment that transcended the tumultuous complexities of the past. S had become not just a life partner but a confidant, a pillar of support, and the source of unwavering joy in my life. Together, we navigated the challenges and celebrated the triumphs, each experience deepening the bonds of our love. As the years unfolded, our shared journey became a testament to the resilience of love that had weathered storms and emerged stronger. The narrative of our life together was a symphony, a harmonious blend of shared dreams, individual growth, and the enduring love that served as the foundation of our union. In the simplicity of our love story, there was a profound beauty, a reminder that sometimes, the most extraordinary love stories unfold in the ordinary moments of everyday life. With S by my side, each day became a canvas painted with the hues of joy, understanding, and the enduring warmth of a connection that had stood the test of time. Together, we embraced the chapters of our shared history, finding solace, fulfillment, and the sheer delight of building a life that mirrored the love that had blossomed between us. Fast forward 5 years from the serene evening in the park when I proposed to S. The journey that unfolded in the intervening years was nothing short of a testament to the transformative power of love, resilience, and the unwavering spirit to embrace life's myriad experiences. The decision not to reconcile with T had set the stage for a chapter of my life that would redefine happiness and fulfillment. S became not just a life partner but a beacon of love, support, and shared dreams. The beauty of our connection lay in its simplicity, a stark departure from the complexities of the past. As we celebrated our 5th wedding anniversary, the love that had blossomed between us had matured into a rich tapestry woven with threads of shared laughter, understanding, and the joy that radiated from our shared journey. The scars of past heartaches, once tender, had transformed into markers of resilience and strength. S and I were now parents, welcoming our first child into the world, a baby girl we named Tulip. The choice of the name was an ode to S's favorite flower, encapsulating the essence of beauty, grace, and the blossoming of new beginnings. As we cradled our precious daughter in our arms, the realization dawned that life had indeed come full circle, evolving from heartbreak to a place of profound joy and contentment. The everyday moments became extraordinary in the context of our growing family. Morning cuddles with Tulip, shared laughter over baby milestones, and the warmth of family dinners painted the canvas of our daily lives. The simplicity of these moments held a significance that surpassed any grand gesture, a lesson learned through the twists and turns of past heartbreaks. In the quiet moments, I often found myself reflecting on the lessons that heartbreak had taught me. The pain of past relationships, though once searing, had served as a crucible for character development. the resilience forged in the fires of heartbreak had become the foundation upon which the life I now cherished was built. Dad, why did you and Mom choose the name Tulip? My inquisitive 5-year-old daughter looked up at me with wide, curious eyes. It was one of those moments where the simplicity of a child's question held profound meaning. Well, sweetheart, Mom loves tulips. They're her favorite flowers, I replied, my gaze drifting toward S, who was arranging a vase of tulips on the dining table. Tulips represent beauty, grace, and the promise of new beginnings. Just like you, my little one. Tulip giggled, her laughter echoing through the room like a melody. The simplicity of her joy, the genuine curiosity in her eyes, became a poignant reminder of the lessons gleaned from the past. Through heartbreak, I learned to appreciate the beauty in simplicity, to find joy in the ordinary, and to recognize the profound significance of shared moments. In the complexity of the past, the journey had been fraught with uncertainties, emotional upheavals, and the quest for a love that could weather storms. Now, as I watched Tulip playfully arranging her toys on the living room floor, I marveled at the simplicity of a love that had withstood the test of time. Mom, Dad, look at my drawing, Tulip exclaimed, proudly presenting a piece of paper adorned with colorful scribbles. S and I shared a glance, our eyes mirroring the pride and joy we felt in our hearts. That's beautiful, Tulip, S praised, scooping our daughter into her arms. As a family, we embraced the ordinary moments that made up the tapestry of our everyday lives, the doodles on paper, the laughter over shared meals, and the warmth of togetherness. Through the lens of parenthood, the lessons learned from heartbreak took on a new dimension. The responsibilities of nurturing a new life, of witnessing the growth of our daughter, became a continuous journey of self-discovery. Parenthood, I realized, was not just about guiding Tulip, it was about learning from her innocence, her unbridled joy, and the boundless curiosity that defined her worldview. Daddy, why do flowers bloom? Tulip's innocent question during a walk in the neighborhood sparked a conversation that transcended the literal explanation. Well, sweetheart, flowers bloom because they're ready to share their beauty with the world, just like how love blooms in our hearts, ready to be shared with those around us. As S and I continued our stroll, hand in hand, I marveled at the simplicity with which Tulip viewed the world. Her questions, though seemingly ordinary, carried a profound truth. That love, like the blooming of flowers, was a natural and beautiful process, a constant renewal of the heart. In the quiet moments of reflection, I found myself grateful for the lessons learned through heartbreak. The journey not only led me to a place of happiness and fulfillment but also imparted wisdom that enriched every aspect of my life. The scars of the past, though etched into the fabric of my history, were not sources of pain but reminders of strength, resilience, and the transformative power of love. Dad, can we plant tulips in our garden? Tulip's request, uttered with a twinkle in her eye, resonated with the symbolic significance of the flower. As a family, we embarked on the simple yet meaningful task of planting tulip bulbs in our garden, a tangible representation of new beginnings, growth, and the enduring beauty of our shared journey. As the seasons changed and the tulips began to bloom, their vibrant colors mirrored the hues of joy, love, and resilience that defined our family. The garden became a living testament to the lessons learned, the beauty found in simplicity, the significance of shared moments, and the transformative power of a love that had weathered storms. In the quiet embrace of our home, surrounded by the laughter of our daughter and the warmth of shared moments, I marveled at the journey that had brought me to this place. The character development, nurtured through the trials of heartbreak, had evolved into a profound appreciation for the beauty inherent in the simplicity of everyday life. As the sun set, casting a warm glow on our blooming tulips, I turned to S, our eyes meeting in a silent acknowledgement of the shared journey that had led us to this moment. The scars of the past had become badges of honor, testaments to the resilience of the human spirit, and the enduring power of love to transform, heal, and ultimately bloom in the most unexpected places. In the quietude of our garden, surrounded by the vibrant hues of blooming tulips and the laughter of our daughter, I found myself reflecting on the intricate tapestry of life, the twists, turns, and serendipitous moments that had shaped my journey. As I marveled at the beauty of the unfolding narrative, a profound truth emerged: the universe, in its mysterious and unpredictable ways, had a unique manner of orchestrating the dance of destiny. The lessons learned through heartbreak had been pivotal in steering my path toward resilience, self-discovery, and the embrace of simple joys. The scars of the past, once sources of pain, had transformed into markers of strength and endurance. Through the prism of love, loss, and the beauty inherent in shared moments, I realized that the universe had intricately woven each thread of my story to lead me to a place of profound happiness and fulfillment. The choice not to reconcile with T, the blossoming of love with S, and the arrival of our daughter Tulip, All these moments bore the fingerprints of a cosmic design that unfolded with meticulous precision. The universe, in its vastness, had conspired to guide me through the labyrinth of heartbreak toward a destination of profound joy. In the quietude of our garden, surrounded by the vibrant hues of blooming tulips and the laughter of our daughter, I found myself reflecting on the intricate tapestry of life, the twists, turns, and serendipitous moments that had shaped my journey. As I marveled at the beauty of the unfolding narrative, a profound truth emerged. The universe, in its mysterious and unpredictable ways, had a unique manner of orchestrating the dance of destiny. The lessons learned through heartbreak had been pivotal in steering my path toward resilience, self-discovery, and the embrace of simple joys. The scars of the past, once sources of pain, had transformed into markers of strength and endurance. Through the prism of love, loss, and the beauty inherent in shared moments, I realized that the universe had intricately woven each thread of my story to lead me to a place of profound happiness and fulfillment. The choice not to reconcile with T, the blossoming of love with S, and the arrival of our daughter Tulip, all these moments bore the fingerprints of a cosmic design that unfolded with meticulous precision. The universe, in its vastness, had conspired to guide me through the labyrinth of heartbreak toward a destination of profound joy. The tulips in our garden, symbolizing new beginnings, growth, and the enduring beauty of shared journeys, became a living metaphor for the transformative power of love. The simplicity of everyday moments, the laughter shared over family dinners, and the innocent questions of a child had become the brushstrokes that painted the canvas of our lives.